Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and to the garden. Today's video I'm just going to show you three plants that we've picked up, certainly bargains here, two from Morrison's, one from B&M. Now one's from B&M, you may have seen if you've seen our most recent video of some of the new tropicals in B&M. I'll just show you the plants now. So what we were able to pick up, and quite surprising certainly on prices, you can just see here in front of us we've got a Canna cleopatra. Now I was quite surprised, sort of went into Morrison's. They do sell a couple other varieties of cannas. They have had the normal varieties of cannas in previously. But this of course stands out, one I've been after for quite some time. It does appear it was mislabeled, and I will go into the prices of these here shortly. Just show you some of the other two first. So down here we've also got, this is a Pteris evergemiensis. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but again, another one from Morrison's. I love the kind of variegation you almost get on the leaves here, if I can get it to focus in. Very nice, more of a house plant again on this side, but another one that I'll be having to bring in for the winter. But that's okay, you know, I certainly caught my eye when I was in the store, and certainly one that you know, I've had on the list, but again kind of buried down on the list for a while here. And just behind that we've got the Musa sikkimensis ever red. So as you can just see here guys, quite a nice little haul, if you will, from the two shops. Now certainly when it comes to things like cannas, generally I don't like to buy sort of cannas from, you know, your box stores and things like that. Personal preference on that side. Reason being is things like canna virus can be prevalent in some of the ones from your kind of standard stores. You know, there has been a kind of bit of a rise in it, I would say, in somewhat, but again, you know, that's just on a personal level. But with that said, you know, something like Canna cleopatra, because of the kind of lovely striations and things like that, again, I'm willing to take a chance on this one. Now one thing I would say, you know, if you are looking to grow canna and, you know, be very, very confident, of course, you know, virus can get through in certain times, but growing from seed is certainly one way to really kind of boost your chances of avoiding the virus. Now, if you haven't checked out Eddie's seed grow along on Woolly Tropicals, I'd certainly recommend checking that out. Lots of information there, and certainly on things like how to grow canna and some of the other more rarer plants as well. So if you are looking to kind of, you know, get some of these type of plants, ensure that you may, or you know, have a lot less likelihood of getting canna virus, which can spread, of course. You know, I'd certainly recommend checking out the seed grow alongs. And of course, the biggest benefit from growing some seed, of course, is going to be saving money. Seeds are a fraction of the price of plants. So, you know, with that said, you can get a wide variety of plants essentially through seed for a fraction of the cost of buying the plant itself. Again, it may be the best way forward if you're looking at cannas in particular. You can just see this one here does have the startings of a flower coming. Let's get that to, there we go. And really quite nice. Again, stood out sort of among the other cannas that were in store, and quite a nice little plant there. The Musa sikkimensis ever red. Now with this one here, does have really nice kind of patterns on the leaves, which is part of the reason I kind of wanted to go for this one. Now another reason I've kind of gone for one of these as well is I'd like to compare it sort of overall to my standard sikkimensis Bengal. Now one thing I do notice is the undersides of the leaves are very much less red. Now I don't know if that could be because this would be greenhouse grown, and you can see it's quite stretched on that side. Now as you're probably listening, very windy day today. You know, I don't know if I'm going to be putting this in somewhere exposed. I don't really want it to kind of snap its stem when it's sort of first in the garden. And one thing to mention as well with a lot of greenhouse plants, one thing to bear in mind is that A, they're not going to have as much tolerance to kind of direct sun, but also B, the other thing is sturdiness. Typically when greenhouse grown, it's not going to have taken sort of wind and things growing up, which does tend to make plants quite a bit stronger. So if you know, grow this from the ground compared to just taking this out of a greenhouse, you may find that this is going to be a lot less sort of robust plant, if you will, on that side. So let's just go into the prices here, and again, may surprise you. Now, the Canna cleopatra, which is mislabeled here, was just £8. And I think for that size, you've got quite a few in a pot there. They've got it down as Canna creta for some reason. I don't know if that was, you know, put in the wrong pot or not here. But again, with that said, Sorry about the focusing issues here, guys. With that said, yeah, I don't believe that's that. Wrong flowers, wrong, everything's wrong on that tag. But as you can see here, £8 for that. I would say that's quite a good deal. And you are looking at a roughly, probably 1.5 foot tall plant there. Now with the Pteris, this one was just £7. And again, I think quite a good deal. Now, I think I paid a bit for the pot. Unfortunately, I think you probably would have been about £3-4 for just the plant, but unfortunately they weren't selling it without the pot. I'm on that side, so that had to come along with it here. Musa sikkimensis ever red, just £12.50, and you may have seen that from our most recent sort of B&M new tropical plants on that side. Now, positioning in the garden, guys, I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to put these yet. What I will do is have a couple places around. I'll just show you where they do eventually go. So just to show you the root system before we get these planted in, you've got the Musa sikkimensis here. Nice lovely root system on that. Generally on the channel we do like to kind of show the roots if we do get a new plant, sorry. Just interesting, I think, to see on some plants what they look like from shops. Here, just see Canna cleopatra. Again, lovely root system on that as well. Got the spots nearly prepared for those. Those will go in the holes, and I'll show you just at the end here what they look like and where they've gone. Now, for the Pteris, I'm going to be leaving that in a pot and sinking the pot into the ground. With this one, it's going to be coming in anyway. I don't want it to start rooting and disturb the roots when I do need to bring it in for winter. So that's just going to get sunk in a pot where it's going, and we'll just take a look at where they're going now. So we've got those planted in, and you can just see here, we've got the Musa sikkimensis has gone sort of right next to this laburnum here, sort of just off the back. Again, hopefully giving it a bit of protection. The one thing with it being back here, it's not going to get the full sun. But with that said, I'm quite happy to kind of let it do a thing in a little bit of shade. Did fully water that hole in before it went in. Obviously wanted to avoid any sort of problems with the roots getting water in the very, very dry soil that we've got at the moment. Really hardly had any rain, since I can remember, to be honest with you. Just showing you where the Pteris has gone in. And you can just see here, it's down the sort of jungle path. Put it just in this little corner here, and I think we get lovely pops of color between the begonia, Happosides, of course the Pteris. Now you've got the sedum in flower, and again, if you take a sort of step back here, I think it fits in quite nicely. And you got the Pteris crispa just behind it, giving us loads of kind of different styles of leaves, colors, and everything like that in this area. Quite happy with that there. Just to show you as well, new onset morelli leaf is very red. Looking pretty cool. Really kind of pleased with this plant. It has grown out and kept that stripe, if you hadn't seen from our previous video. And just lastly here to show you, Canna cleopatra has gone in just here. I quite like this sort of little area, sort of just off the sort of rec pond here. Again, it's one that you'll be able to see from many angles in the house, and when you walk in, I think it's quite a nice little Canna showpiece, if you will. And again, when that flower pops, I think it's going to be sort of quite nice in there. But just with that said, yeah, just wanted to show you those plants today. If you do have are local to Morrison's, I'd certainly go check out some of the new stock they've had in. Again, quite a few new tropicals. I did see they are also offering the Musa Ever Red in a much smaller size than that one, but for only £8. So yeah, with that said, just really wanted to show you that today. And just lastly, as a bonus before we go, another one that I added that will be interesting if it ever does anything. This is tiny little Venus flytrap here. But yeah, with that said, of course, guys, if you haven't checked out the friends of the channel, certainly feel free to do so. They'll be in the comment section below. As mentioned, check out Eddie's Seed Grow Along series. Again, if you're kind of interested or want to know how to grow from seed, anything from beginner to expert, really, really good for that. I've been really enjoying the series myself. But of course, yeah, if you're not subscribed to our channel, feel free to join our amazing community. And also, of course, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.